Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy. In the last video, we beat Uranus, and we also went back to Pluto's planet for the last of the crystals. And for doing that, we got the power generator from Dr. Light's lab. The power generator lets us cut the amount of energy that we use when using a special weapon in half, which is going to make things a little more interesting when we start the end game scenario for this game. So without any further ado, let's begin. And there are all these cracked blocks that we're standing on. Gee, I wonder what we use here. I finally destroyed all the space stations. You fool, Mega Man! You have meddled with my plan for the last time. We could have created a new world for all robots. How can I face my master now? I must redeem myself by blowing you to pieces! And as soon as this battle starts, you want to equip the Uranus weapon. Grab a block. Make sure you're lined up with our good buddy Terra here. Then throw it at him. He will throw the Spark Chaser at you, and he can also freeze you with that shot, the one that has the 3 circles. And while the Spark Chaser can follow you around, as long as you're quick on the draw with Deep Digger, you shouldn't have much of a problem with Terra. Especially if you have 4 energy cans like I do. And believe it or not, we do get a weapon for beating Terra, whose name, by the way, is Latin for Earth. So, hey, all 9 planets do get represented in this game. Well, 8 in the dwarf planet past 1995, or at least the mid to late 2000s. We get the Spark Chaser, which works pretty much like Terra's version of the weapon. You shoot it, if it sees any enemies, it'll go after it. This will prove very useful. And now it is time to do the rest of the game, but there's also a password here, and I am going to keep it on for a few seconds longer. Alright, a few seconds are up. It's time to do the rest of this. I should have defeated all the Stardroids. What? What's that star? Wait. It's moving. And it has a skull on it. No, it can't be. Wily? Yeah, Wily doesn't show his face until near the end of the game. Amazingly. Is he behind this? Yes, Mega Man. Yes, he is. Oops. That was close. Hit the Jets Rush! Let's go! Finally, I can do his voice in Mega Man 8 somewhat. That took me 4 minutes. So, you can charge the shot by holding B, and you can move in 8 directions. Want to watch out for the asteroids. We will get enemies eventually, don't worry. Some of the asteroids move fast, some of them move slow. You want to make sure you don't run into any of them. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very bad. And here come the enemies. These guys will follow you around pretty darn well. Thankfully, they don't take off that much energy. And where are the guys at? There they are. I know they don't disappear. And some of them do come out from behind. Great. So a fully charged shot followed by the weakest of shots will get rid of these guys. That's assuming you can get them lined up. Just fly circles around them and you should be able to do it. Where is this guy now? There we are. Once you get rid of all the enemies here, you'll need to watch out for these lasers. Stay down for the first, up for the second. Just keep alternating. And then for the last one, you can either be all the way up or all the way down. And now we get to fight this thing. We need to wait for the skull on this to open and fire that laser. Then we can line ourselves up with this and fire some shots off. In case once you face the top of this thing, you're going to have to take on the missiles. Thankfully, they're easy to shoot down, but they do disappear after a little while. And for the bottom shots, you just kind of want to stay on the move. You don't really want to double back there, because it does make it easier to get hit from the weaponry at the bottom. At least it's pretty easy to shoot down the missiles. You can't shoot down the shots from the bottom half. Alright. One more charge shot was enough to do it. And of course, now that we've blown a hole in this thing, it's finally time to go inside. Time to take on some enemies. We definitely got the electric Joes, as I like to call them, showing up here. You want to... Ow. That thing definitely wanted to hit me with the wheel once I took it out. And then after another of these things, another one of those electric Joes, I do want to use Uranus. And I do want to use Pluto. And if we do that, we'll get ourselves a much easier path to take. And if I can keep myself from getting shot, that would be great. Don't want to go down there because that leads to another path that leads up to here. And I also want to be very careful how I do any of this. Why the game is not giving me energy right now, I have no idea. However, I do want to use Rush Coil here. Then use Deep Digger. And then I can actually use the Mega Arm. That'll make it easier to grab these 2 lives. And because I kept this guy on screen for long enough, I can just get by him without having to fight him. I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I'll go ahead and use an energy can. I might as well. And if you couldn't already tell by the tanks in the ground, we're facing Anchor again. When he's flashing like that, after you shoot him a couple times, which you have to do, by the way, you want to jump over the projectile. And he either runs, does 1 hop, or does 2 hop as he goes from one side of the screen to the next. You just kind of have to anticipate what he does. He fights pretty much like he did in Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge. And now, we're going to do some stuff. I'm going to ride Rush Jet over to this wall, run into it, and then hold right. By doing this, I'll get to this platform where I can use the dash attack and meet Proto Man. Sometimes we'll drop an energy tank. Sometimes we'll drop the little S pickup. Either way, anything's good. And now we're going to make our way down to the left. It's a good thing that we have everything filled up, because I feel a lot better now. We're going to take care of this thing, and we're going to get our 1-up. Now from here, we want to stay anywhere between the left and the middle as we drop down. And not much to do here. Not much to fill up on. Don't really need to fill up on anything. I'm surprised. And look! It looks like Quint is now in the capsules in the ground. Something tells me we're going to have to deal with him next. Yeah, if you couldn't already tell, they're building up to everything by having you relive things from the first 4 games. So once again, we need the Mega Arm equipped, and we fight this guy much like we did in Mega Man 2 for Game Boy. He gets on the little pogo stick. We hit this guy in the head with a powerful shot. After the earth stops coming out of the ground, we need to be ready to move away. And this whole time, we do need to hit him in the head. In case you're cornered, when he jumps up, you want to slide under him. Alright. Now here, you just kind of want to stay to the left or middle because of the spikes. Now here, you want to be very careful with the platforms because they will fall once you get close enough to them, and that has a potentially no fun for anyone. And I don't know why I kept holding right like that. My finger just kind of slipped there. Do I do the same drop? I do the same drop. So once I move past the mini boss room, I don't have to really deal with that mini boss again. Okay, brilliant. And yeah, I should have kept dealing with the mini boss first. Yeah, I accidentally held right while trying to keep everything together, and it cost me. I'm gonna go this way. And how am I doing? Okay, I definitely need another E-Tank, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shoot this thing down. I'm gonna avoid the explosion. And once I'm able to move left, I keep moving left so that way the spikes don't hit me. And there's just another one of those little flying explodey things to kill me. No need to go down there. That leads to an alternate path that we would have taken by using Deep Digger, Uranus's weapon. And from here, I want to use my Mega Arm. Except on this last guy. This last guy can pass by. And here's Punk! I believe you can use Jupiter or Mercury on him. Let me check my notes real quick. Yeah, you can use Jupiter or... Actually, no. Jupiter and Neptune. I forgot. I used salt water on him when I fought him. It's kind of easier to hit him with salt water, to be honest. Well, now you can't hit him while he's doing that. Once he goes from one side of the room to the other and shoots those projectiles at you, when he's throwing the projectiles at you, that's when he's vulnerable. But when he's curled up in a spiked ball like that, you can't hit him. Also, I had quite the time with throwing seawater at the man. Or robot. Anyway, let us go here, and we kind of need to stay in the center the whole time. Otherwise, we'll either run the platforms or we'll hit spikes. And there we go. Another one of these little turret-like enemies from Neptune stage, and something tells me, yeah, we're gonna meet the big guy now. If I can hit this guy with the Mega Arm in any way, I'll definitely do it. And if you couldn't already tell, we're going to face Ballade. What did I use? Trying to remember what I... Oh, right. Mars. Either use the Mega Man... Or Mega Man. Either use the Mega Arm or Mars Photon Missile, which is MA. MA does quite a bit of damage. Especially if you somehow get him to land on it. Or walk into it. Man, you are so much easier in this game. Well, I didn't expect to do flawless here, but, well, I did it. That was something. Anyway, time to use Rush Jet and run into the wall again. We are going to use Pluto and break through this wall. There's energy here if you need it. And one of these little bouncy spring guys. I'm going to go ahead and beat him up. Now from here, if you jump all the way to the left, there is energy. Again. And you'll need to access it with Uranus's weapon. I need to use the Mega Arm on that guy to beat him up. And now, instead of... You could stay in the center, but I'm going to use Rush Jet to go all the way to the right. We're going to wait for these spikes to pass by, and we're going to land here. If we go through here, we'll meet Proto Man again. Extra life. I'll take it. I'll take it. And from here, return back to the left and or middle. Alright. And we're here. Welcome to the boss rush, which we'll take on in the next video. Join me next time, where we take on the Stardroids again, and then hopefully we'll take on Wily. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!